think we've just found our proof right there.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, Qiqiang. Yeah.
Qiqiang means air gun. Welcome to another episode of ADV China. We're going to show you something pretty interesting in this episode. We discovered that air rifles are being sold openly, in these rural parts.
Not airsoft guns.
No. Pellet guns, those kind of break barrel ones, the ones that you can actually kill people with them.
Yeah.
But people use them to shoot squirrels and rabbits and
rare
and
animals
rats and vermin. But in China, it's used for poaching because to get hold of an actual real gun is quite difficult, and you'll get the death penalty.
It is possible, though. Criminals do use guns.
It is possible, but it's much more easy to get a hold of these.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which are also very, 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 very illegal.
Well, this episode is going to show you a lot of interesting things as usual. We're going to be traveling through a new area. We're back down in the south. We're in Guangxi province.
Mm-hmm.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.
Okay, and everybody probably knows about Yangxi and Guilin. And
yeah, a little history with Guangxi. That was the province that is famous for the whole cannibalism during Mao's famine.
Yeah.
Lots of cases of people trading each other's children during the famine.
Pretty awful.
That shouldn't be synonymous with the province. The province is, though, very, very, it's a wild place. Yeah. It's very jungly.
It is. So maybe you can introduce this area that we're in.
So welcome to Sanjiang. Sanjiang means 3 rivers, and this is in a place called Liuzhou in Guangxi province. You're going to see the license plate coming up here is going to be Gui.
Yeah.
Gui is the ancient character for Guilin.
Yeah, see, I'm waving to the kid. The little kid ran past us over here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Right outside that little structure.
Yeah.
Gui, so Guilin, but this area is called Liuzhou. But we're in a village amongst all this, a very tiny village, and this village is called Yangxi. Mm-hmm. And Yangxi village, we did a little recon here because it was a pretty vibey place when we were going through it.
Yeah.
And we found out that it was also part of the poverty alleviation program. There's a Gui.
There's your license plate. Remember, easiest way to tell where you are in China is check the license plates because, you don't get a lot of interprovincial travel anyway.
No.
Especially not in the local village off the highway areas. If you're in a big touristy place, you'll see people coming in from wherever. But, that's how you can tell. So, that's the first thing.
So I stayed up to date with what's been happening in the village, at least through the Communist Party media. Yeah. And from what I found is that through their poverty alleviation thing, they had to pass this poverty alleviation pre-check.
Right.
In that the officials will come over from Nanning, which is the capital of Guangxi.
Yeah. And
they'll come there and make sure that they're making all the correct measures to make sure that nobody's in poverty anymore. Because China has declared complete elimination of poverty.
Poverty is completely alleviated, yeah.
One of the things in order to get to that pre-poverty elimination check, they put out some pragmatic solutions for the locals to be able to make money.
Yeah.
And they said, by the way, they have a huge drug problem there.
Oh, yeah, this area definitely has a massive drug problem.
Well, yeah, not only that, they've acknowledged it at least on their provincial website, or on the government website. So the government website says there's been countless anti-drug campaigns to stop rehabilitation, but mostly stop drug trafficking. Yeah. And what has happened is they said, well, it's too lucrative for them to make money. Yeah. So they came up with pragmatic solutions to get out of poverty instead of selling drugs. So what they've came to the conclusion is every citizen can go out and pick mushrooms. And your ability to go pick mushrooms will give you the solution to get yourself out of poverty. I'm not even joking. That was a government campaign just recently.
Yeah. So tell the sort of layabout poor people that are on drugs, go pick mushrooms instead.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we've come across some pretty big propaganda.
I just want to throw one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
This is not a Han area. Again, this is a Dongzhou area. In the Dongzhou area are the Dongzhou people are the people that were in southern China before it became China. So China became a country eventually, but before it was a country, these are the locals that live there.
Shouldn't they just be called like the Dong people, not the Dongzhou? Because the
Dongzhou, sorry.
Yeah, Zhou is just like.
No, I'm speaking Chinese.
Just means. It just means like ethnicity basically.
Yeah.
So the
Dong people.
Dong people, you get the Miao people. Yeah. You get the Uyghur people. You get all this anyway. This says something about safety and construction. So, okay, let's just read this. I'm gonna.
Some propaganda on the road here.
So
you get these sometimes.
Let's just make sure we get the whole thing in there, and that all together says. Let's go back again. Sorry, it's just a little bit of back and forth here to make sure that we have, There we go. Ping an, which means safety. you see that there's a bank called Ping An Bank, Safety Bank. It just means safety.
Yeah.
So Ping An.
平安健美虚 Keep
Oh,
going.
hang on. Sorry, bear with us.
健美虚
Ping An.
You make me lose it here.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's so
健美
difficult to go
虚
frame by frame here. Let's go back a little bit. Forward. There. I need that interim. Where's the interim? Actually, you know what? Let me just pause it quickly.
Okay.
There.
平安健美虚齐心协力综合治理靠全民参与 oh like participation. Okay. So that basically means that's a bit of a dry one, to be
That
honest.
really just means like safety construction. So obviously, workplace safety, basically.
Yeah.
Safe construction needs the participation of everybody. That's pretty much it. That's not fancy.
No.
Okay, on the other side there, that's pretty straightforward. We see this a lot. This basically just means
保护生态环境
yeah.
and
Baohu means to protect.
yeah.
Okay, so there was this game I used to play. A Chinese game was Bao Wei Luo Bo, which is the same kind of thing. I mean,
Protect the
carrot, and it was kind of like one of those tower defense games. It's kind of fun actually.
保护生态环境 that just means protect the environment.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
it says 造就雄美山川 which just means like make the rivers and mountains pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
By the way, you may have heard of the province Sichuan province. Just means 4 rivers.
Yeah, 4 rivers. Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah,
over
there's
here.
another one, but like we're gonna have to do that reverse psychology thing here where we
Okay.
go, look, man,
That's
that's easy to see, but I'm telling you, this like dirty. Can they clean it up a little bit?
yeah.
Whoa.
Daji means crack down. So what are they going to crack down on? Let's
Yeah.
find out.
Da means hit, and G means hit as well. I mean, like as in punch.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
Like a blow.
hit. So crackdown basically.
Yeah, that's how you say crack down.
Yeah. Okay. So crackdown on
Liang
the
Wei.
the Liang Wei. So the two problems.
The two, yeah, that's like
Two-
2 violations.
Two violations. Yeah, that's it. So crackdown on the 2 violations. What then? What? This is a bit more spicy, isn't it?
Yeah,
than-
I
than-
think so. We'll have to find out.
Oh yeah. I can see Liang Wei over there.
行为共建美好家园. So it's like crack down on the 2 like violations.
Now you can build a beautiful home.
Yeah. What are the
guess
2
I'm gonna
violations?
The 2 violations in China are breaking the law and breaking regulations.
Yeah, so actually I forgot about that. That is a thing.
Yeah.
The Liang Wei is like it just means the law.
Yeah,
It
but
sounds
it
like
means
it's
law
2 separate
and
things.
regulations.
Regulations are kind of like your local little whatever, and then the law is like the federal law basically.
Yeah.
So it means like
So crack down on violations of the 2 violations. Basically, crack down on breaking the law. Don't break the law.
don't break the laws.
And then we can build a beautiful
These
home
are
together.
high crime areas in southern China as well.
For those of you who are interested, up on the sign up there, it's basically just an advert. It says like Qian Yan Gu Cha. So it's basically talking about 1,000-year-old like.
That actually is propaganda. That is propaganda. It's not. It's not selling anything.
But no, it says Huang Ning. It's like welcome. So it's kind of like the whole touristy thing. It's like
Yeah.
you know, come see the beautiful. tea
My
stuff
point is
here.
that is state sponsored. It's not a
Yeah,
company.
Sure. Yeah, I guess it's not, but it's all about the kind of touristy tea stuff you can do in the area,
Yeah.
which is cool. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. Chinese, you know, tea comes from China, by the way.
Yeah,
I know that there's
sure
some
does.
people out there that don't know that, but it actually does.
I can't believe I heard someone said that and I was blown away.
Yeah.
How do you not know that tea is from China?
Exactly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, you know, not for all the tea in China. Let's continue on. We got some propaganda here on the left, but
I can't make that out unless you can clear it out.
enhance.
Enhance.
No,
I
there's
made out a
no,
couple
there's no
characters.
way.
It's all rubbed off.
It's,
Might be older.
Yeah. Take care of your. I guess they take care of their propaganda as much as they take care of their environment. Seriously, look around you here, you know. Just tear this mountain down for construction materials. Who cares? Anyway, let's see. Anything interesting here?
It's an interesting little village.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if we've been doing these for a little while now. We keep pointing out different things that you can see. There you've got another Jia Fu Chao Shi. Chao Shi means supermarket. Actually, you know, like Superman is called Chao Ren. Superman. So in that jiajiao, it's like good home. We saw that in the last one, and that was right up in the north of China. Different. Now you see, here's the thing: it's not the same chain. It's not like you got a McDonald's down there and a McDonald's up there. They just use the same name. It's quite common.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing sometimes. It's kind of like, imagine you had Apple computers in San Francisco and then you had Apple computers in New York,
But
it
it's
was
a different
completely
Apple.
different.
Right.
And one sold laptops and the other one sold toasters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you'll see this a lot in China,
Yeah.
but they use the same thing. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out. What else have we got here? Typical stuff. Anything of interest?
Some hoodlums. Some hoodlums on scooters.
Yeah, I got a little basketball court there to the side there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Typical. There's another agricultural or rural bank and cell phone shop. You get them everywhere, don't you?
You do.
Just keep on cracking through a bunch of bricks. Have you noticed that there are a lot of young people?
There are a lot of young people. I can actually tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what happens is, either if you have the really young kids in these poor areas, it's because their parents have probably gone elsewhere and the grandparents stay in the village.
Yeah, but
to
we're
take care
talking
of the
about like
kids.
toddlers.
We're
up
talking
to, like,
about
5
really
years
young.
old. Yeah.
Now these middle school, high school, and especially these university type age kids, the reason you're seeing them in here and haven't run off to Shenzhen or even Huizhou or third tier cities.
I'm only seeing middle school age kids. I'm not seeing like even
I saw
high
some.
school.
I saw some back. They were
Okay.
just on the scooters.
Okay.
Now the reason that they're here is that when you go to the really, really poor minority area cities, is when it's so poor that they don't even have a chance to leave that area.
Right.
So usually you'll have the people our age and a little bit younger than us, they'll leave their poor village to go try to make money in factory towns.
Right.
In bigger cities. These areas you'll see a lot of people sticking around.
Is that some propaganda up there? That just
No, that
it
is
says
not.
Yangxi Kuai Di Dai Li Dian, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so basically Kuai Di, for those of you who don't know, just means, I don't know, express, like DHL or UPS is Kuai Di, and everybody uses that. So it looks like propaganda because of the way it's written, but it's not. It's just an express shop.
Yep.
A shipping express shop, I should say.
That's right.
Yeah, see all the young people? Man, this is... apologies for the quality. This is one of our slightly older clips, and
And we're
obviously-
ripping through pretty quick.
yeah, that's the problem. When you're driving fast and you're filming in the frame rate we were filming in,
And when we say fast, we're literally going like 20 kilometers an hour.
well, yeah, actually,
Yeah.
if you look at your speedo, it's more
30
like
maybe.
35, 40,
Okay.
something like
That's
that.
still slow.
It's slow. What is that in miles an hour?
Slow, 15, 20.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, here's one of those shops that just sell absolutely everything.
Yeah, they'll put toys out though to attract the kids on the way home from school because they're all walking home from school right now.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Mommy, I want this hula hoop."
Speaking of school, you can actually see
there is a
there's the
school.
school up there.
Yeah. That's a Zhongshui. That's a middle school.
Yeah, that's middle school. So that's why we're seeing middle school age students everywhere.
makes
It's because
sense.
they're just coming out of the middle school. That makes total sense.
Oh, look at that! So you see
is
that
that a
crap van?
Dakar rally?
There is a thing in China. I don't know why, but they buy these crap vans. By the way, these are ripoffs of like a Suzuki van that you'd see in China or in Japan.
Yeah, from the like 1980s. Or
Yeah,
something.
these cost like $2 or $3 grand new, and
Yeah.
they'll have a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine in them, right? Sometimes you'll get a 4-cylinder.
Sure.
But for some bizarre reason, and these are death traps. I've seen so many
they're
dead people in
terrible.
these things.
Sorry, I went back. I'm just trying to get a clear shot of that sticker because
Yeah,
we
you
can
guys gotta see
recognize it.
this.
We can recognize the sticker because it's not only on these little like Mianbaoche type things. It's about
but-
as good as
yeah,
we're
okay.
gonna get.
So
Yeah.
for some reason, these types of the cheaper cars you get, they'll
Yeah.
put these maps of the Dakar Rally on their window, and they'll have like the fastest lap record. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, it's insinuating that they do that."
It's just one of those weird things.
It's weird.
I'd never seen it anywhere else, but in
No.
China, especially like you say especially on Chinese-made cars.
Yes,
Like the cheapest, rubbishest ones.
Yeah.
They have those Dakar rally
they
stickers.
love it.
Yeah, it's
In Monaco, I've seen as well.
it's kind of like a trend.
Yeah,
I don't know why because
it happens all over the country,
Yeah,
though.
it's certainly not a race car. That I'll tell you that much.
That's the irony.
Contact is about to be made. A new dimension is coming where the language of symbols lets man and machine communicate logically. Presenting
I bring you NordVPN, protecting you from internet security threats.
Using a VPN has become an everyday thing for us, whether we're out on the road and we're using unsecured Wi-Fi,
or we're back at home, in the office editing videos, we make sure that we use a VPN to keep our internet data safe. We don't want people spying on what we're doing, and we also have to make sure that our credit card information isn't getting out there and people aren't getting our passwords and whatnot. You should also think about using a VPN as well. And the VPN that we recommend is NordVPN. Super easy to use. It creates a secure tunnel for all your data. And if you go to nordvpn.com/ADVChina, you'll get a massive discount off of a 2-year plan. And you'll also get an additional month for free if you use the code ADVChina.
Yeah, there we got another Joe Dian over there. I can't recognize those characters, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Looks like, I guess the second one looks like Yun.
Yeah, I suppose. Cheng Yun Joe Dian.
Maybe Cheng Yun Joe. It doesn't matter, but that's a hotel opposite the school.
Yeah.
And there's some propaganda up there next to the school, but I can't read it, unfortunately.
I think it looks like it looks kind of like family planning stuff. It gives me that vibe. At least. I can't read it from here.
We can't say for sure, so it's.
Oh, he doesn't have a Dakar rally.
No, he doesn't. That guy just doesn't. What's wrong?
What a
with
loser!
Him? There's another one of those shops that just sells tat.
It's just wow, man. Those are everywhere, though.
It's nice to see, though. I'll be honest, because a lot of the poorer towns and cities you drive through, it's just barren and it's like the worst thing for kids. It sucks for them, right?
It does. It's all dirty and run down.
It's nothing for the kids. It's nice to see some toys and stuff for them at least. You know what I mean? It is. Here's another cell phone shop. It's Liantong. There are two basic cell phone providers. It's Zhongguo Yidong and Liantong. Those are the two competing ones. I mean, they both belong to the Chinese government, but those are the two ones. Let's take a look. What are we doing here?
To run downtown. I'll tell you that. There's some restaurants.
I just want to see. Let me go back one little bit. I want to see what that restaurant is selling. If it's just a fan dian. I want to see if there's anything specific. Like, I took out my camera and I filmed. We stopped here for a minute and we were saying hi to all the kids, as you can see. What is that? What is that? Hang on. Sorry, not talking about the kids here. I want to see what that. There we go. There we go.
That says Yangxi 小吃沾店.
Which means
沾店 is like.
It's Zhan is a station.
So that's a school. That's actually a school bus.
It's
station.
A bus stop. Yeah, bus stop is what it is. But I love the fact that this is the Yangxi bus stop. School bus stop. So this is where the children wait. This is where they wait for the bus, in amongst these broken bricks on the road.
That's so apocalyptic.
I mean,
that sucks.
And that is an official working bus stop. You can see it's a new sign. Look at it. It's all shiny and stuff. It's a new sign compared to the destroyed bricks. What I find more interesting, though, is... Sorry.
小车 is school bus, by the way.
Yeah.
小车 means like... it just means school bus.
Yeah.
That's a vocab lesson.
Now, look at this one over here. This one...
that's interesting.
Now, that's actually something that is very interesting. You see that...
That's old school,
Yeah, can you see the calligraphy that's written on the actual wooden door or panel or whatever is next to the bus stop? Now, that's old.
That's Mao era.
And this building must have been the General Affairs Office, because that's what it means, General Affairs Office.
That would so that'd be Mao era, basically right when they took over.
Yeah.
That's very old school. That's really interesting.
So they probably destroyed the building, but parts of it still remain there.
Yeah.
And then they turned this into a bus stop, and you can actually see in the background as well over there.
Yeah.
You can see it says like Zhong Xiao Shui. It's talking about Shui Shen Ke Shui. So it's talking about like middle school science class, something or other. Right. So it's all about the school stuff. So just for everyone's information, again, this is where the kids hang out when they're waiting for their school bus. Nice. In this disgusting brick.
Hey, it's at least interesting to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting. You got your China Telecom stuff. You got... Oh, dude, you see the little kids got sugarcane?
Yeah, that's very common to see.
How frustrating. Like, he's fine.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
But you walk down the streets of any big city, Shenzhen or whatever, and they're eating sugarcane, and people will just spit it on the floor. They're like the fibers.
When you eat sugarcane, a lot of people won't notice they haven't had it. Most Americans probably haven't even had it like this. But when you get a sugarcane, they'll peel the outside.
Yeah, they use like a big
Tastes
cleaver.
good.
It's great. They slice off the actual outer like bamboo bark or whatever.
Yeah, when you bite it, it's the most satisfying thing because it just turns into juice,
Yeah.
like sugary juice. Tastes delicious.
Yeah.
The problem is it turns into pulp in your mouth, so you have to spit out the pulp, and
Like
the pulp will
fibrous
be
pulp.
everywhere.
Yeah, people just. Yeah, it's gross, man, and it's like all over the sidewalks. But
Right.
he's just holding that in his mouth. He'll spit it.
Yeah, he did good on camera at least.
No.
This is 快餐米粉店.
Oh yeah,
Guilin
Guilin
Mi
Mifen. Why do foreigners love that so much?
I don't know. So well, Chinese people too, to be fair.
Yeah.
But like foreigners, when they
They're
go
always-
travel to southern China, especially in Guangxi province, they go to Yangxi, Guilin.
Yeah.
Dude, there's this dish called Guilin Mifen.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, it's Chinese cuisine is some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the low points.
It
but
really
people
is.
write home about it. It's just rice noodles
In water.
in water.
Yeah.
And like obviously it's got broth and stuff,
It's
but like
got
in a lot of areas they
sauce
put in
and-
tons of chili.
Yeah.
But it's not delicious spicy. It's just annoying spicy.
I think I figured it out. You know, every foreigner that goes to China goes to Yangzhuo.
Yeah.
It's kind of like because it's lonely planet destination.
Yeah,
all the,
yeah.
All the hippie backpackers and stuff. Everyone
Right.
goes there, gets stoned, gets the munchies, and then it's like Guilin Mifen, and they're like, "Oh, it's so good."
It's so good,
And
but
then
their
they-
memory is
yeah.
because they're high.
Yeah,
It's not
I think
because
that's-
it's
It's got to
good.
be that, but yeah. Guilin Mifen, give it a try sometime. Maybe you'll like it. Every other foreigner.
It's just
seems
very
to.
it's not gross, it's boring.
Yeah, yeah. It's not gross at all. I'd much rather have it than a lot of Guangdong Thai.
Sure. But
You know, like
it's pretty
chicken's feet or whatever.
Sure.
I'd tell you what, I'd rather have it than chicken's foot any day of the week.
Sure, but that's not really a
Or
comparison.
like
of it.
pig stomach or whatever, cow stomach and.
See, I like that stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather have no. That's what
Actually,
I'd rather have the
I
Guilin Mifen.
actually ate pig intestine last night for dinner.
Oh, good for you.
I had
That's-
Sichuan food.
Remember, awful is awful.
It's not.
You
I
heard
love
it here first.
Here we go again.
Anyway, it doesn't
Your
matter.
opinion's best.
When it comes to that kind of thing, I think a lot of people agree with me that
I know people.
a
will
bowl
agree.
of noodles is probably nicer than a pig's friggin' intestine where its
Absolutely
shit's traveled
not.
through.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. I hate Guilin Mifen. I think it's bland.
Anyway, cool. Everybody go check it out. So, yeah, we just parked here for a while, and you know, we like to do this when we go to these places is to try to interact with the locals.
Sure.
You know, and it
Nice
was
little
just
smoke coming out of there.
it was just really nice because the kids were so inquisitive and friendly.
Yeah, it's
because
always like that.
honestly, probably the first time they've seen foreigners or
Sure.
any kind of bikes like ours, which, although they are Chinese bikes, they're heavily modified. You don't get purple bikes in China, really.
No,
You know,
yeah,
like, it's always
it's
red.
a talking point.
Yeah,
This is not Marco Polo syndrome, guys.
No,
by
no,
the
no.
way, it's just
Yeah.
nice because kids are being friendly.
they're super friendly. It's nice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like when we make our videos, it's the genuine, actual, real people that you meet in the rural areas of China that I always keep.
Yeah, they don't represent the government.
I always keep that in my heart when I think
Me
about
too.
Chinese people because these are the real solid people that are just struggling to make it by, you know.
Right.
And here we're like giving five. I was giving
Yeah, I mean,
high
life
five to all
sucks.
these guys.
Life sucks out there, but they make do.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. No, it was really cool. So yeah,
Cool kids.
giving a high five to all these kids, and that was pretty cool.
Yep.
And we're moving on. So yeah, we've got Guilin Mifen or just Mifen
Yeah.
shops.
That's all people
yes.
eat, if I'm totally honest. In this
What?
whole region, that's the only thing people eat.
Yeah, there's more Mifen going on here.
It's like the thing to eat.
Yeah, some more shops, some more nonsense. I'm trying to see if there's any just a Fandian. There's really nothing too out of the ordinary that we
Some
haven't talked
Dongju
about.
architecture here, which is nice.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like to
look,
see
that's
those
just
wooden
Yangxi. It's like electronic equipment shop basically over
That's
there.
fascinating.
Yeah, you know, nothing too fancy.
Nope.
What else we got? Oh, I saw some graffiti. I remember this is where you get to see the real China.
Right.
It's when you read the graffiti. But I can't make that.
That second character looks like Chiang.
Definitely
like
looks
gun.
it looks like Chung for sure.
If it's in black graffiti like this, it's something illicit or illegal.
Yeah, I mean, usually they also just they also advertise like, oh, we'll move your furniture for you and stuff.
Yeah, but
You
it's
see
still
that too.
illegal advertising. It's not a
Yeah.
legitimate business. You're
Sure,
not supposed to do that in China.
Yeah, that's true. Let's take a look
Didn't
around.
say it was nefarious.
Sure.
They're selling. It looks like a gun. So
Now, what do you think's going on up there? Do you think that's a very rich local person, or is that government?
that's probably government, and I say that because there's a basketball hoop there.
Right.
You know when they have those government squares in some of these villages where it's like the affairs office? They do have basketball. I don't know why they do that. There's always a basketball court there.
Yeah, I don't know about that
It's
either.
cool.
Yeah, maybe it's for fitness for the like Baoan or something.
I guess. Yeah.
This architecture is so depressing.
I like the wood. The wood
Yeah,
stuff's
but I'm
really
talking
nice.
about the grey. You know, we always talk
That's
about
the
that.
problem. That's the problem.
Here we got some more propaganda, and that basically, well, we
This
can
is,
immediately see Antren D. Safety
安全第一
first.
预防为主 and then 综合治理 Sorry, I screwed up my tones.
Yeah.
That basically means
My tones are screwed up no matter what I say.
yeah.
My tones are terrible. I know how to read the characters, but when I speak, that's why he's doing all the pronunciation of these, is because I know I suck at that. I can understand it, I can speak it, but I speak it like badly.
Sure.
So it's like someone with a terrible accent, like if a Russian person speaking English or something, you know, it's like
That's so cool.
you sometimes have to like think about like what did they say. So that's me when I'm speaking Chinese, but I can still read it and understand it.
So that means safety first, prevents.
Prevention.
Yeah.
What, safety first?
Like prevents.
Comprehensive governance. It's kind of a bit of a mix match. I guess it's just like telling you again how you're going, like what they're doing. So you know,
Sure.
we're going to do safety first and prevention of you know, I don't know, mishaps, and by governing well, that kind of thing.
Right.
Very boring, very very boring, and a lot
Yeah.
of bamboo, which is probably going to be used for scaffolding.
Yes.
We got another Liantong shop over there. What else we got going on here? Anything interesting? No.
Again, I love the wooden stuff.
These are those little stalls where you can just stop and pick up anything. Oh, and look, we have
we do have
we've got a
propaganda
propaganda banner.
Okay. Up.
This is really super tough to read. Just I want to try to get a.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. I can see it's something about a 100-day campaign.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Go forward.
Go forward or back? Because I can see the whole thing now.
I can. Yeah, but I want to see what comes after that.
Oh, after this, you mean go back then? Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just drive by it. I'll be able to pick it up. I already read the beginning.
Oh, hang on. This is super blurry. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Okay, so that basically says it's like a 100-day campaign to stop like villagers or the people from like going in the jungle and taking stuff. And what I think they mean by that is actually poaching.
It says stealing jungle resources is
Yeah.
what it says. Or sorry, I would think more like
It says
wild
It
resources.
says forest resources, but
Yeah.
we are in the jungle.
So it's basically there's a 100-day campaign to crack down on
poaching.
I'm guessing
It's
poaching.
poaching.
But you know what? It's not always just poaching. I've seen down in Guangdong, for instance, people would go out like, you know, on the hiking trails and stuff. You go and there'd be like a little scumbag in the bush. They're digging up rare plants.
Yeah.
Carrying out the plants.
Sure.
So I think it's against just poaching and probably stealing.
I know for a
Plants.
fact in southern China it's a big issue, especially in particular with animals, rare animals that will go to the. You know, remember those meat markets that were in question for like at Wuhan?
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
That's where they're selling all these wild animal trade, these like rare stuff. They're getting it from these places.
Yeah, that's true, of course.
And the reason that I think that we saw graffiti for a gun is that people are using guns to poach animals. My my barber
Your hair,
in
yeah,
Huizhou,
you would say, yeah.
he was from Shaoguan, where your wife is from, right?
Yeah.
And he used to use he told me secretly, he used to use an illicit pellet gun to poach animals. He was very proud. He found out I was American. He was like, oh, he'll be fine with it because they
Sure,
hunt.
they love guns. Well, I think we've just found our proof right there.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, Qiqiang. Yeah.
Qiqiang means air gun.
It means pellet gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do use CO2 ones. They get busted all the time. It's
Yeah.
very high jail sentence.
Yeah, I mean, look, a CO2 one's not going to be good enough. You need those proper break barrel ones.
No, but they absolutely use CO2 ones. Because they use them to hurt the animals. You understand?
Yeah,
I see seizures all the time. I've seen it on the news.
Here's the thing. Let's be honest. When you're in the rural sticks, you're not getting CO2 canisters, okay? A break barrel is
Sure.
a spring-operated thing. It requires nothing.
Right.
And you can even put your own ammunition into it. You got to
Right.
understand that, like, you can put you get those lead pellets that we
Yeah.
all know about. In fact, we've probably got some. Trying to see. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. This kind of thing. We just
hunting
set up a
pellets,
little, we set up a little target practice with, you don't want to be shooting anything other than a little pellet gun if you're going to do target practice. It's fun, right? Can we open this thing?
Yeah, I definitely don't shoot rabbits with it.
No.
At all. I absolutely would never shoot rabbits with it.
No, dude.
Ever.
No, this definitely not. These are not the right. This is a .22 caliber. Won't even fit your pellet gun.
Yeah, it won't
So
even.
you won't shoot anything with this, no, will you?
I've
what am I
never
doing
used my
wrong?
pellet gun to shoot animals.
Why can I not open this? Give me a second here. Yep, you try.
Why do we have to open this?
I want to show people what the pellet looks like.
You can use Google.
Yeah,
This is locked down.
it's locked. What's going on with that? Is it a temperature change? Is there a security lock here for children or something? And we're just children. Anyway, here's the thing. In South Africa, when I was a kid, I used to have one of those break barrel things. Go around and just like shooting targets and stuff. And one of the guys who used to live on the property, he had one too. And what he would do is he'd use, plasticine.
Yes.
It's kind of like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
And he would use Play-Doh to shoot rats.
No.
Because you can put anything in there and it'll
Sure,
shoot.
sure.
Obviously, those lead pellets are going to work very well because, that works with the rifling and everything. But you could literally put anything. So that's why they're so popular, is you could fashion any kind of a little projectile to stick in
Sure,
there and
makes
it'll
sense.
shoot.
I shoot rats. I use it for pest control, and
Yeah.
I use pellets, obviously. It works very well. Yeah, the break barrel ones. I used to have a CO2 one, and I have killed animals with it, but it's not easy. The break barrel one's much more humane.
Well, not only that, a CO2 canister type thing, you have to refill
it for sure.
And you can't, or you need to get new ones. But if you're out in the
Sure.
sticks like this, that's not a luxury you have.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of break barrel ones, but they're highly illegal in China.
Very, very illegal.
That's
up
the
there
thing.
with real guns.
Yeah, so in fact, you get nailed with the same law as
Yeah.
owning a real gun if you have one of these.
So here's the deal. When I met people from Guangxi, down in the Yangxi area, when you go in the south of
This is pissing
Guangxi.
me off, by the way.
Okay. When you go in the south of Guangxi, you'll see the same graffiti for real guns, along with drugs. They'll say dama, those will be marijuana, baifen, which
Yeah.
will be like, ketamine, cocaine, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it'll say qiang. It won't say qiang. Because they do, and oftentimes what they'll do in Guangxi is they'll either make homemade guns, which is
Yeah.
like, you'll see those, the gangsters use those in the streets.
Yeah.
They're very crap, like horribly made homemade guns,
Yeah,
right?
where do they get the ammunition?
From across the border.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's a ton of arms smuggling from Cambodia, and it
Yeah.
goes up through Vietnam, and then they transfer it over. And that's why Guangxi has such a problem with these illicit firearms,
Yeah,
because they're all coming from the Golden Triangle, as they say,
right.
in Southeast Asia. Stop.
I am now, I've got this is ridiculous. How is it that a grown man can't open a tin? That's kind of like a man thing where you're supposed to be able to open a jar or whatever.
Yeah, like
I did it.
got it.
I
Okay,
did
good
it.
job.
Okay, it just needed a little bit of persuasion. No.
I've actually seen bigger pellets than that in China. Believe it or not.
This, you can't really see it, can you? That was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Here's a whole thing full of them. That is a pellet.
Mm-hmm.
Little lead pellet, which is not good for the environment, by the way, because when you shoot something with this, the lead then stays in the earth or in the animal or
Sure.
whatever.
I mean, it's just a few is fine. It'll be
Sure,
okay.
I'm just saying, you do get
It'll be alright.
you get non-lead ones.
Yeah, but they don't kill as well.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway,
They're not here to maim.
Yeah.
Anyway,
lead
so yeah.
pellets.
So a lot of poaching goes on in southern China, and this is probably what we're seeing here. Why there's a huge crackdown on poachers, and then there's also selling
Yeah,
air
people say-
rifles.
again, just like in our episode about the drugs, there they are out in open selling something illegal.
Very
They've got their
illegal.
phone number
Right.
attached to it.
It's
And
wide open.
You would think that any law-abiding society would not do that. First of all,
No.
if you had any policeman worth his salt, he'd just call that number and arrange to buy it and then go and arrest everyone.
Doesn't even have to do that. He can just trace it. All
Yeah.
that stuff is connected to IDs.
Yeah, it is. It's connected to your ID, your phone.
So this is how China operates. There's a
Yeah.
law, but is there a law? There's a law when there needs to be a law.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Anyway, I guess that pretty much does it for this episode. We've left
Yeah.
the town. There's nothing more interesting going
No,
on.
it's a pretty area.
It is pretty, but I mean...
The roads got bad after this, though.
It
Guangxi,
certainly
the back roads are pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Here's the thing, man. Like, as beautiful as the surrounding area is, and as much as I enjoyed riding through it, if you just look at the sky, it's just... I'll get back there. It's just not, like, very appealing.
It's very cloudy all the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, very humid and jungly and cloudy.
Yeah, that what you're seeing there is not smog.
No,
it's
it's
just kind of like humidity in the air.
Yeah.
And
It's like
that's
soup.
Yeah, you get that a lot.
I hated that.
That was actually, we were wearing those mitts for a reason. It was very cold at the time.
It's cold soup smog or fog,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like mist, really.
It's mist, yeah.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one again, guys. We enjoyed doing these, looking back at some of these, and we've taken you all the way back down to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, we'll be back in the north.
Yeah, different province.
Different province, completely, from last time. Show you something new.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait until then. And until then, you know the drill as always, guys. Stay awesome.